G'day Legends, PKT here. Welcome back to another video, and as you Legends can see straight in front of you on screen, yes, we are going to be talking about more One Piece product today. So what we're going to actually be diving into is how to play the TCG. I have touched over it with a few other videos on how the game runs, but let's break it down a little bit more today so you guys can have an understanding on how this game works, and then you might enjoy it as well as much as I do. So we're going to start off with talking about what comes in the deck. So we get 10 Don. So this is your energy card. So basically, you use this to play your cards down on the board. You use these to put under your cards to give them extra power. You use them for counter cards. This is how it's like paying to play your cards. This is what you use. So that normally just sits over this side. And your leader always sits down the bottom. So, and then your character cards always sit up the front here. So we've got all these cards here. So this card here, we'll go through and talk about how these cards work. Not only that, we will talk about how the turns are played out. So this one, you can't play your card on your first turn. So if you put this card down, let's say right now, you can't play it until the next turn. It's a summoning sickness. So on your next turn, you can play this card, but you can't play it as soon as you put it on the board. There is some cards, though, I should have mentioned, that can do that, but I don't think I have these ones in this deck. But this card here, when you place one Don underneath this card, once per turn, on your turn, you can attack an opponent's character card. So this is a character card, these ones. So if you attack the leader with this card, it won't restand. It will stay rested. But if you attack an opponent's character, which is one like this in front of their leader, this will restand with one Don attached to it. Now you can leave it as to stand, or you can rest it and swing at the opponent or the leader card again. And it only happens once per turn. So once you've done that the second time, you can't restand it, it stays rested. So these cards aren't too bad either. So you pay 3 Don to play this one and it's 5,000. So that's not too bad to play. Sometimes it's good to keep counter cards in the hand too, so you can use that to counter a person's attack. This card, I don't really play it very often, but this card here, rest one of your opponent's cards. Rest one of your opponent's Don cards, attach one Don. So that means you have to have a Don attached to be able to use that ability. I normally use this one as a counter because it's 2,000. But it's not bad. It's not bad. You can rest an opponent's card. And this is one of my favourites, the blocker. So these cards, one Don, and you pay for your blocker to be put on the board. So this card, if someone attacks you, you can use this card to defend your leader, defend your other character cards. And if the person, let's say, for example, attacks with 8,000, and this is only one, or you just rest it, use it, and you can discard it. Or you can use other cards to counter it to keep it. More than likely, I would just discard it. There's a few in the deck, and yeah, you don't want to waste all your cards in your hand for just to save this one card. So I've already looked over this one. We've got your Rouge. Attach one Don if you have 3 or more character cards. This card gains 2,000 power. So if you have 2 more character cards on the board and you play this card as well, and then on your next turn you can attach the Don, and that gains 2,000 power. So then that's a 5,000 power character, not a 3,000. So that's not a bad card either. This card's also good. Trafalgar Law. He's 6,000 power. You use 5 Don to play him on the board. Set one of your so this is only on play. So this is only as you place your card down on the board. Set one of your supernova or Heart Pirates type rested character cards with a cost of 5 or less active. So let's say this guy's rested. I then play this card on the board and then it restands this guy. So the good thing about this card is if you've used one of your other character cards to attack the leader or attack a character card and you don't want it rested so that your opponent can attack or potentially knock that character card off the board, you play this card and this will restand your card and it won't get attacked. This one's just good for a counter card. Now, I like this card a lot. Not only for the artwork, but the mechanics of this card's not too bad at all. So, blocker, after your opponent declares an attack, you may rest this card to make it a new target of the attack. But not only that, it says down here, 1 Don, end of turn, set this card as active. So, on my turn when I attack my opponents, I can attack them with this card. If I have my 1 Don attached, it restands. And unless my opponent has a card to knock this off the board or make it rest or anything like that, they can't attack this card. So I really like that mechanic about this one. So I've gone over this card, gone over these. These ones are just your characters. You can play them on the board. Now this one's another good card. So this one, it says here, 1 Don, your turn. If this character is rested, your supernovas or navy type leaders and characters gain 1,000 power. So if I attack my opponent with this card first, with 1 Don under it, it then doesn't turn to 6, it turns to 7,000. Then my leader will gain another 1,000 on top, and if I have any other potential characters on the board, they all gain 1,000 power as well. So this is definitely a good card. And we have the Repel. So this is a counter card which can be used when it's on the opponent's turn. So if the opponent attacks one of your characters, your leader, and you've set 2 Don aside, still active, to use this, you can use it. If all your Don is rested, you cannot use this card. So this will gain 4,000 power during the battle, and then it restands 1 Don as active. So you only use 1 Don to do this attack. So that's pretty good too. And another thing I didn't know straight up until I've been playing this card game a bit. Just say if your opponent says 10,000, right? So that's 9, that's 10, that's 11. You need to put down 11,000 to stop attack or save your character. So you can use these and this together. I didn't know that until I've been playing a fair bit of One Piece. So this is why I thought I would make a video just talking about the card game, showing you the cards, making you aware of how the cards actually work, and then also talking about how the turns work. So this is a card that a lot of people don't like in the green deck. I love it. I absolutely love this card. So this card, you pay 1 to play it onto the board, and then you pay 1 to rest it. Take the first 5 cards off the top of your deck, right? So you take 5, you look at your 5 cards, you pick what card you want to keep, right? So let's say we'll keep this one because we've already talked about this card. All I've got to do is just show my opponent what card I'm keeping and then put it in my hand and put the remaining 4 cards to the bottom of the deck. So this card is a really powerful card. It's good for resources and helps you get more cards in your hand. So each turn you pick up a card, but this guarantees you another card. So they try and get this knocked out really quick at the start. So if you can keep this one on the board, that is also a good card to have. So this is just another character card. So as you can see, I've been talking about this counter power on the side and I just explained. This, when you're not going to play the card on the board, you can counter it like the 1,000. So you add up how many you need to defend your leader or character card. So we've already touched about that and that. Oh, this is a good card. So you pay 2 to rest one of your opponent's cards. So the trigger is, I'm pretty sure that's when you lift, like if this was in your life spot and you pick this card up, play supernova type card with a cost of 2 or less from your hand. So I'm pretty sure that means you can put one of them on the board. But if you're just going to play the main, you can rest one of your opponent's characters. So you rest their actual character, which isn't the leader, the one's in front of it, and then you can attack it. So that's a good card too. Talked about Trafalgar, and that one, oh, this is another good card. So this card here is another counter card, guys. So this one's free to play. It says here, your leader or one of your character gains 2,000 power during this battle, then set one of your Don cards as active. So it costs 1, and then you restand that Don as active so you can use it again. Well, not this, but the actual Don. And it says here, trigger, set up to 2 of your Don cards as active. So that's if it comes off the off your life cards. So have we got anything else in here that's I can talk about? I know there is another card. Here it is. So we've talked about them. Yep. Okay, so this is another good card, Killer. So on play, when you pay to put this on the board, KO one of your opponent's rested character cards with a cost of 3 or less. So you look at this up here. So if that's a cost of 3 or less, which let's say argument's sake this one is, when you play this card onto the board and this card is rested and this is the opponent's card, you can knock that out. They can't stop that attack. It's gone. So that's a good card too, but you gotta wait to play that one. And I don't think I have any more to talk to you about. No, that's all of them. So what we'll do now is I'll show you how to set up. I'll show you how the turn, like your turn works as well. And I hope, guys, you're enjoying this video. You're getting more of an understanding on how this game works. It's absolutely amazing. It's easy to play. I have a lot of fun. I'm actually waiting for the booster box to come out so I can build my deck a lot better. As this is all you've got at the moment. Because they're the pre-release sealed decks in front of you, but there is no other One Piece product apart from them and the promo pack, which is the promo pack has the same 5 cards in each pack. So when the new product comes out, I'm so excited to build up my green deck because Eustace Captain Kidd is absolutely amazing. I love it. I didn't go over that leader card either, so my apologies. We'll quickly go over this leader card and then we'll move on. So the leader card, this is why I picked this one. I reckon this one's really good. So active main, once per turn, you may rest the specific number of Don cards in your cost area. You may trash 1 card from your hand and set the leader is active. So what happens with this is, so you need to use 3 Don. So I did say I swung an attack on the opponent's leader, so that rests my leader. I pay 3 Don. I trash, let's say, one of these cards out of my hand to the trash, and then it will restand him so then he can attack again. And it doesn't matter with the leader though, if you restand or attack, the leader can still be attacked even if he's set as active like this. So this leader card's pretty good. I like this one. So now we'll go over to setting up to play. So I'll try and fit it all on the screen. So I normally sit my leader at the back. Now what normally happens is someone will cut my cards like this. I've shuffled them. Alright, so what happens is I'll just take the first 5 cards because this is how I do it. Now, you can mulligan, which means you can trash this whole hand, put it back in and shuffle it up, and then take another hand again. Or you can decide to keep what you've got here, and if you decide that, then you use your next top 5 cards to place your life down. So 5 cards, because the leader's card says 5 life, 5 cards. So what happens is we determine who goes first, me and the opponent. Let's say 4. Okay, the opponent got 6. So they can decide if they want me to go first or they want to go first. Now, if I go first or second, so first, if you're going first, this is how we'll do it. If you're going first, you only pick up 1 Don. You can play your 1 card, and then you set that like that, and that's your turn done for the first turn. Or, if you're going second, and you pick up 2 Don, you place one of your Don down to place this card, then you can use it. So you place another Don down. So this is how this card works. Now, I would choose the blocker, but that's just me. I like blockers and the jewelry because they're pretty good cards. So I'm going to take the blocker and I put the remaining 4 cards at the bottom. And then I put this in my hand. So, in the first 2 turns, guys, you can't attack. So, turn 1 and turn 2, you can't attack. But when I say pass, and it's onto the opponent's turn, that's the first line of attack. So, what else? How else can I do this one? So, if the opponent was to attack me or take jewelry, I normally let jewelry go because sometimes I'm pretty lucky. I get her in my hand, get her in the hand pretty quick. If they attack my leader and I can't protect him, meaning I've only got 2 counter cards in my hand, I take a life. So that's how that works. I obviously can't play all the way through, but I really hope this helps you understand the playthroughs I do have running on my channel at the moment, which I will pin these up at the end of this video so you guys can go over to that and then have more of an understanding on how the game actually works. But every turn after your second turn, you will pick up 2 Don. Forgot to mention that. So turn 1, if you're first, you only pick up 1 Don. If you're second, you pick up 2. Your third turn, you'll pick up 2. And then after that, it's 2 at a time until you draw up to 10. So each turn after the second turn is you pick up 2 Don. Both opponents pick up 2 Don each turn, except for the first turn, which is 1. So I hope this helps you guys a bit more of to help you understand a bit more about One Piece, how the card game, the start of it works, how each turn works, what the cards actually do. This is the green deck, so there is other ones, as you can see over here. You got Kato, Crocodile, and Monkey, D-Luffy. So they all have different perks as well with their decks, but I really like green. Green's my favourite. So I really hope you enjoy it, guys. I hope you have more of an understanding. If you are having trouble understanding, I have my Instagram link in the description, so don't hesitate to message me. I'm happy to help anyone out if they want to learn this game. It's definitely fun to play. I am enjoying it a lot. So anyway, guys, leave a thumbs up if you like this video. Remember, this side, there will be videos of gameplay, the TCG gameplay over this side. So you can check out how the game plays. I've touched over on how to play the game. I hope you have an understanding of that. But the video should help you a little bit more. As always, guys, stay legendary.